Well, hello everyone. Kaiju here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So, today I'm just gonna be going over some absolutely absurd and just insane, like, Kaiju concept art and stuff. So I'm starting off with, well, my friends, this is what, Godzilla Final Wars almost looked like. Yeah. This is actually what he almost looked like. A big red spot thing on his chest and like yellowish kind of dorsal plates. Yeah. And then we have Godzilla minus one, which, well, I actually really do kind of like this design. I don't know what this is of that like that concept art, like a CGI render or like statue or something. But I think I only like the drawing version because that one's just weird. And then we have Space Godzilla. And now let me just say that this guy has so much crazy concept art, like this, and this, and this, and this, and so much more. Like, and it's like nothing close to Godzilla, in my opinion. Like most of those, it kind of reminds me of like, Godzilla Amphibia from Godzilla Singular Point, like this one here, because like yeah. And then we have Orga here, and now Orga is a pretty obscure kaiju, and I actually really like him. So, and I also really like this concept art because, like, what the heck is this? It's like um uh why does he look like a UFO? I mean, well, he did kind of come from a UFO, but I'm so confused. And then this one I really like of Orga. Uh, this guy was kind of almost Shin Godzilla with that bottom jaw splitting open. Yeah. And then we have Biollante. Also, I actually really do like Biolante's concept art. I find it pretty cool, because like Space Godzilla, he has a lot of concept art, or she has a lot of concept art because Biollante is female, so like whatever, like this and this. Yeah, it's quite a lot. And then I don't know if this is official at all or anything, but this is supposed to be Coast Godzilla, So like Coast Godzilla is like some deleted ghost version of Godzilla, you know. And also there's some like fan made roars out there which are absolutely terrifying. Like if you're able to just go watch those and you'll have nightmares because it's like some of the most demonic scream sounds you'll ever hear in your life. And then we have Heisei Mechagodzilla, who also has some pretty cool concept art. Yeah, like this version of him was like supposed to like split into two, kind of like down the middle, like in the jet kind of things. But sadly, he didn't have that, and Mogira had it like the year after. So yeah, but and well, we also have this, which I actually really like. I don't know why, but I kind of love that. And then there's also like this concept art of him that kind of reminds me of the Evangelion Unit 2, like Kiryu kinda. It's like this is what he actually looks like, and this is just the concept art for Heisei Godzilla. So yeah, I just want to point that out real quick. So yeah. And then we have like Kumanga from Godzilla Final Wars, which is a lot more like greener, I feel like, from the actual finished version of Final Wars. So that's pretty cool, I guess. And well, here's some Shin Godzilla concept art. And well, there's some concept art that I would not recommend looking up, like the one that is made with. This might be a little bit disturbing for some people, but it's true. Let's just say females with no clothes on, creating Shin Godzilla. It was, yeah, it might sound weird and crazy and inappropriate, but it is true. Shin Godzilla was almost that. Well, so, yeah. And now, my friends, this is what Ultraman almost looked like. Yes, this guy, Ultraman, almost looked like this thing. So, in the early drafts of the show, like, like the creators of it, like, thought that would be hard, like, to tell, like the heroes from the villains, like Ultraman from the other kaijus. And Ultraman was originally named, Pemular, which was actually given to the first kaiju that he fought, which deserves so much more love. And then it was changed to this, which actually, Ultraman also almost never had his iconic color timer, but behind the scenes, it was made so that he did. But in Shin Ultraman, was like probably one of my favorite Ultraman movies. For those that haven't seen it, it's really good. Ultraman does not have a color timer, just like in the original concept art and stuff. And instead of a color timer, when he's running low on energy, he becomes green, which I think is pretty cool and yeah. And now here's some random Mothra concept art that I found. I don't know what movie this is supposed to be in, or like what version, like whatever. I just found this Mothra concept art and I thought it was cool. So, yeah. And also, the Mutos from Godzilla 2014 actually almost looked like this. In Godzilla 2014, almost looked like this. Yeah. What a difference. So, yeah. And I'm sure all you people that watch those creepy analog horror Godzilla videos know Mushroom Cloud Godzilla. Basically, Godzilla, but with a big round, like donut-like head and a very long neck. Well, what if I told you that this was actually based off of some real Godzilla 1954 concept art? Yeah. Godzilla could have looked like this. And well, there's no like actual pictures of the concept art of this, but Godzilla was not like this giant like reptile dude that absolutely destroys Tokyo in basically every single movie and fights some pretty cool kaijus and it's really cool. But what if I told you that this guy was almost an octopus? And then they later changed it to like a reptile dude, and well, yeah. And then we have was possibly some concept art of the Kotango from Godzilla Final Wars, which I kind of find really cool. But can someone please tell me what the heck this is supposed to be? Like, is this a Gotengo connecting to Godzilla's back or something? Was this like Kiryu or something with that thing on his back connected like Super Mecha Godzilla? Like, what is it? What is this supposed to represent? Like, was the Gotengo supposed to fuse to Godzilla's back or something? Or like, was this Kiryu? To be honest, I have no idea. And I think it's pretty cool and confusing at the same time. And let's not just talk about the Pacific Rim concept art. Because what is this here? Like, I guess it's ruins or something in the prologues or whatever. And what is Crimson Typhoon doing to Otachi? Is he like ripping apart his little sack thing where he shoots his acid or something? And is this one of those oil rig things in the middle of the ocean with a kaiju right by it over there? Uh, what is this? Okay, what's this kind of look like? Maybe something from the MonsterVerse in the Hollow Earth. Yeah, yeah. So everyone, thank you very much for watching this video. So like that's all the really all concept art I can really kind of find, like, if you want to see more, just search some up on Google, maybe or just watch some other videos about it, So thank you everyone, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.